Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 9 things I want to learn in 2024. I decided to make a Make 9 list this year. I didn't make one last year because there are a few things that I really want to focus on in 2024 in terms of my sewing practice. So things I've never done before that I want to learn. Things that will help me elevate my sewing a little bit and eliminate some of the fears I have related to techniques in garment sewing. So I put together a list of 9 things I really want to learn in 2024. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, just a brain dump of all the things I wanted to learn this year. So number 1 is inserting an invisible zipper. I've been sewing garments for probably 3 to 4 years now, and I've never made a garment that required an invisible zipper because I basically avoided them for that very reason. This year, however, I am going to learn how to insert an invisible zipper. I'm probably going to get this one done sooner rather than later, because in January I have plans for a garment that requires one. So this one hopefully will get checked off the list fairly early. Number 2, I want to learn and master the technique of a rolled hem on my sewing machine. I don't think there's anything more tedious than a 1/4 inch seam rolled over twice, done manually, burning your fingers, making sure it's a, consistent 1/4 inch. So I have a rolled hem foot on my Juki sewing machine that I tried maybe 2 years ago, couldn't figure it out, ran out of patience, and just gave up. This year, I need to learn how to make a rolled hem on my sewing machine. This will be especially useful for lightweight, flowy fabrics such as viscose. So I think it'll be a huge time saver if I can figure it out. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to learn shirring. So during 2023, in one of the Think Pink boxes, we received a roll of shirring elastic. It's now been in my stash for a few months, and I want to use it. I want to learn how to use it. I love the look of shirring, either at the waist or at the shoulders or at the cuffs. I do have a few patterns that have shirring as one of the style elements, and yeah, I need to learn that technique this year. I've seen so many videos, it really doesn't look as scary as I think it is. It's just practice and yeah, just going slowly and figuring it out. So that's going to be number 3. Will probably happen in the summer because I can definitely see a nice summer top with shirring. The pattern I do have is for a short sleeve blouse, so it'll be perfect for that. So that is number 3. Number 4 is to use covered buttons. So I want to make a nice blouse with covered buttons. Again, in one of our Think Pink boxes, I believe it was, we got a tool for covered buttons, we got covered buttons, and there are a ton of videos out there to learn how to make them. It can't be that difficult. So I would like to make a top for myself with covered buttons in 2024. Number 5 is to make a fully lined pair of trousers. So I've had trousers on the mind and in my plans for a while now, just never got them done. I do have a few patterns in my stash. I have the cashmerette Oh, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Doesn't matter. I have a cashmere trouser pattern. I have the Spencer woven pants by Stylark that Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery has a sew along for, and she made hers fully lined and shows us how to do it. So I'm fairly certain if I follow Whitney's tutorial and sew along, I can make myself a fully lined pair of trousers. Now, I probably, if I don't get those done within the next 3 months, it'll probably wait until the fall, because I'm thinking in my head, it's a wool pair of trousers, fully lined for the office. So if I don't get them done this winter, I probably wouldn't wear them in the summer anyway. So either very early in the year or one of my late projects in the year. But definitely a pair of lined trousers for 2024. Number 6 is to make a bathing suit. Now, I've been wanting to make my own bathing suit for 2 years now, I think. I had it on my list of goals for 2023. Never happened. I did buy the fabric. I did buy the lining. I have the elastic for bathing suit kind of garments. Well, yeah, for bathing suits. So I have everything I need. I even have a couple patterns. I just need to bite the bullet and get her done. It's very, very difficult for me to find a bathing suit, like ready-to-wear bathing suit that fits properly everywhere. I don't wear bikinis, just never have. I prefer either a one-piece or a tank style top with shorts, just because I swim in a river and lots of, yeah. Anyways, I prefer, if it's going to be a two-piece, shorts and a tank. But it needs to be made out of bathing suit fabric if I, want it to dry properly and dry quickly. So definitely a bathing suit in 2024. This one is probably going to get done in the March, April-ish time frame so that it's ready to go when we open the island house in the spring. So that is number 6. Number 7 is to learn how to use my serger to make a lettuce hem. So I love the look of a lettuce hem on a cute little point tail fabric or, cute little short sleeve top. And basically I use my serger to finish seams and to sew knit fabrics. I've not explored any of its fancy functions. I've not done anything with it. And I've had this serger for over a year now. So I really want to learn different techniques with the serger, starting with the lettuce hem. I just love the look of it, and I think it would bring an otherwise very simple t-shirt up a notch, especially if I managed to do it at the sleeves and the hem. I think it would look really, really cute. So that is number 7. Numbers 8 and 9 are very similar, and that is to use my embroidery machine. Number 8 is to use my embroidery machine to embellish a garment. So either put, a little design on a t-shirt or on a hat. I really want to incorporate more embroidery in my garment making, bag making, all of that good stuff, because, I bought that machine and I've basically not used it, and I bought it almost a year ago now. So I want to learn my embroidery machine and make more garments that have embroidery on them. And then number 9, along the same type of line, I want to make quilt labels with my embroidery machine. I used to put quilt labels on every single quilt I made. I would put my name, the location I'm in, the date the quilt was made, and if I knew who the quilt was going to, I'd put the recipient's name. I stopped doing that in my latest quilts just because I was getting sick and tired of the handwritten labels. I was like, you know, and then I'd forget about it, and then going back in, I would have to hand sew the whole label. Anywho, I want to make quilt labels on my embroidery machine, and then if I figure it out before the quilt is finished, then I can basically put the label inside the binding so I don't have to hand sew the whole thing. So my plan is to make the label before I even start the quilt. So as part of the quilt making process, make the label right off the bat on the embroidery machine. And so at the end, all I need to do is make sure I insert it when I sew the binding on. So that is goal number 9. And that's it. Those are my Make 9 plans for 2024. I would love to know what you think. Have you tried any of those, or any of those on your goals for 2024? And if you have mastered one of those techniques, please, if you have any tips and tricks, leave them down in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up on your way out and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.